Yes, he did make it. It's hard to believe. Yes, he did make it. The blue bomb. Oh, he decided not to come to prayer this morning.
Hope is here, shout the news to everyone. It's a new day, peace has come.
Well, it was small.
I had friends that were coming to church, and there were people that were older.
When I first saw the church, there was a little building, actually down the street from, not that far from where I lived. There was like a little storefront.
I had gotten a flyer on the Air Force Base from Pastor Banducci and Marty Carnegie. And on the flyer, the graphics of it, I thought it was a black church. I guess I just saw the Blues Brothers.
Know that Jesus saves, raise a shout to let all the world know that Jesus saves, free at last, every day.
But I remember when Pastor and Brenda came, it seemed like after they got here, it was like a magnet for young people, or young people like in their 20s or in the military.
When I got there, there was no saved guys over 10. And so, Jason was about 10 at the time.
Oh, it was crazy. You guys were nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Joyful noise we'll make as we join with heaven's song to let all the world know that Jesus saves. Raise a shout to let all the world know that Jesus saves. We'll sing it out.
My impression of the church was that it was a friendly place and a place where I felt welcome.
They brought with them a standard that was a lot higher than the other pastors had set for us. I think that was really good, and I think that was the beginning of a lot of good things for our church here in Colton.
When I walked in and we're sitting in the church service and everyone was clapping, smiling, singing songs, and they were excited. They were on fire and they were just having a good time.
One of the first times I went, I was tripping. I had some weed in my pocket. And somehow I ended up with this in my pocket, and I was like all paranoid. And I thought that the ushers were undercover cops, and that they were they were walking down the aisle, and they knew that I had drugs.
Jesus saves. Free at last. What a joyful noise we'll make as we join with.
And I was just totally blown away when I saw young people and they liked being there. They were excited about Jesus, and it wasn't a pickup joint for guys and girls. They were just here, happy to serve God, and I had never seen that before.
Jesus saves, raise a shout to let all the world know that Jesus saves. You save, you heal, restore, reveal your Father's heart to us. You rose to reign.
Well, it was the service before Pastor and Brenda came to church. Somebody prayed with me, and then a week later, Pastor and Brenda came to Colton, and at that time they followed up on me. That these people cared enough to help me serve God.
And then when Pastor and Brenda came, he never told me this, but I heard he prayed for me to get a husband. And it was several years later, but in came Chris.
And I don't even remember what the sermon was, but I do remember the altar calls. And I remember that I had never been challenged like that. And so as soon as our heads were bowed and responded, I went up there and I gave my life to Jesus. And I have no regrets, 25 years almost.
And the people were into it. You could talk to people in the congregation and they were alive with God.
The thing was, the presence of God was very powerful. That I never felt like that before. Just I would be crying, and I didn't even know why.
And then having rock concerts, that was cool too. So I said, I'm sticking around.